Hey there, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right, it's Wednesday. We got new album reviews for you here today. Usually it's albums, sometimes it's books or DVD Blu-rays of new concert films and things like that. But in most cases, it's new albums, new CDs, in other words. So today we've got brand new, hot off the presses, just came out this past Friday. This is, I believe it's the 16th studio album from this band. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th album, studio album from this band. It's their first album in 11 years. It follows Eclipse from 2011. It's Freedom from Journey. All right, so here in the States here, you can get it on BMG Records. I bought mine at Target, of all places. But I believe internationally it's available through Frontiers Records. Okay, so kind of like Eclipse, their last one, which I think was a Walmart exclusive. I think they're going with the big chains here to sell it here in the States, at least right off the bat. So brand new album. This is the third studio album with Arnel Pineda on vocals. Okay. And the current members of the band, well, you know what? Let's take a look at the CD first. I'll tell you who plays on the album, and then we'll go from there. So here we've got, as always, really cool, colorful artwork. Okay, it's a digipack. So there are what's now considered the three main guys in the band: Arnel Pineda on vocals, Neil Schon on guitars, and Jonathan Cain on keyboards. Right, main guys, main songwriters. All right. And then let's get the booklet out. So here we got additional artwork, right? For Journey Freedom. Lyrics, who plays on every song, all that good stuff. Pics of the guys. There's Neil, screaming guitar solo to the heavens. There's Jonathan. There's Arnel jumping up. Okay, there you've got Narada Michael Walden, and Neil. Narada played drums on the album and produced the album and co-wrote a bunch of the songs. All right, there's the guys once again. Additional lyrics. All right, so let's go back to who plays on the album. So we've got Neil Schon on lead guitar, a little bit of keyboards and backing vocals. Jonathan Cain, piano, keyboards, and vocals. Arnel Pineda, lead vocals. Randy Jackson, bass and background vocals. Played on the album. It's not touring with the band, though. Apparently he had back surgery or something like that, so that kind of kept him out of doing live work with the band. You might remember Randy Jackson played on the Raised on Radio era version of the band. Narada Michael Walden, great R&B funk fusion drummer, now record producer, songwriter, amazing drummer. He plays drums on the entire album and does backing vocals and co-writes a lot of the songs and produced the album. He sounds great on the album, I will say. Dean Castronova, vocals on one track. He does not play drums on the album. However, he is now back as the full-time drummer in the band. And Jason Derlatka on backing vocals. That's the album. Currently in the band, going out on tour, all right, and presenting songs from here and all the classics every night is Neil, Jonathan, Arnel. Dean is now back, like I said, full-time in the drum kit and also doing some vocals. Arnel Pineda on vocals. Jason Derlatka on second keyboards and backing vocals. I think he does some lead vocals as well. And Todd Jensen has stepped in place of Randy to do the tour, and I guess he's now a member of the band. I'm not sure if Randy's coming back or not. A lot of kind of like, depending on what you read, a lot of weirdness going on with like who's in the lineup, who's not in the lineup. So apparently Narada, who was so much a part of this album, he had some kind of health ailment as well, which right at the beginning, I think he played like a couple shows, maybe a couple warm-up shows. I'm not really sure, but it really wasn't working out, and I think he's had some health issues. So he's not touring with them, even though he is featured on this album. So Dean has stepped in there. So let's take a look at the record here. So 15 songs. It's a hefty album. It's like 73 minutes long. A lot of tracks, a lot of content. It's really good, though. If you're a fan of the band and you have continued to follow them throughout the years, and specifically the last couple of albums with Arnel, no big surprises here. There's nothing on here that you're going to say, oh my God, that's something completely new for Journey. It gives you everything you like. All right, you got the up-tempo arena rock anthems. You got the ballads. You got a couple bluesy, heavy rock tunes, right? And it all sounds like Journey. All sounds like Journey. Weirdly enough, there's 15 tracks. To me, the album is kind of backloaded. I think I said that with another album I reviewed today, that you would think, especially with a release from a band like this, who's still very, very popular, that they would want to hit you right off the bat in the front half of the CD with all the, the heavy hitters. And I guess in a way they kind of have, but it seems to me that the first half of the album has more of the ballads and the more like kind of radio-friendly tracks, whereas the last half features the hard rockers, the real kind of gritty anthems. And that's kind of what I like, right? But let's go through here. Together We Run is the first track. Great song. It's big, up-tempo, big guitars, Jonathan Cain's piano. Arnell sounds great. Killer chorus. Together We Run. Typical Journey. Really good. That's a song you could see them play live, right? It's got the great hook. Really good. Don't Give Up on Us is the second track. And both of these songs 4.5, 4:49. This one's 5:23. Don't Give Up on Us, another really good song. Good hooks. Decent enough rocker, not really heavy. Neither one of these songs are too heavy, but they're still good up-tempo Journey tracks. The beginning keyboard synth playing from Jonathan kind of sounds a little bit like Separate Way. God, drawing a complete blank on the name of the song. You know the song I'm talking about. I'm forgetting Separate Ways, right? No, whatever that's called. I'll think of it in a second. Then you got track number 3, which is called Still Believe in Love. That's kind of like a mushy power ballad. It's okay. It's got a good hook. Separate Ways. That's what I'm thinking of. The other song. Kind of the beginning sounds a little like that. Still Believe in Love. Not one of my favorites on here. You've got The Best of Me. Another good anthemic rocker. I like that. Live to Love Again. That's really kind of, the whole faithfully, open arms type of thing. And not one of my least favorite songs on the album. The Way We Used to Be. Another good crisp rocker. Short, 3.5 minutes long. Then you got Come Away With Me. Cranking song. Here's where it starts to get interesting now. That's got some really great riffs from Neil, whose playing is great on this whole album. Good fist-pumping hard rock song. Then you've got Afterglow. Apparently my dogs feel the same. Afterglow is sung by Dean. And quite frankly, if you didn't know that, you would, because both he and Arnell have those very Steve Perry typed vocal displays, right? So, Afterglow, nice, kind of more lush, poppy track. Great vocal from Dean. Again, just kind of fits in with the rest of the album. Let It Rain is a really cool song. Let It Rain is this like ballsy, bluesy, hard rocker, which is some molten guitar playing from Neil on this. I will say though, in spots, it's really weird. I've seen a lot of people like complaining about the production of this album, and overall, I don't really hear any like big problems. But on some of the tracks, Jonathan's keyboards sound like awful. Like on this one especially, it's just like these little kind of like weird sounding keyboard patches that just kind of pop in and out, and they just don't sound good. Other songs like Together We Run, Don't Give Up on Us. I mean, he sounds amazing as always. Whether he's playing piano or whether he's doing synths, but there's other spots where it's just like God, he's either missing completely or whatever he's contributing doesn't sound great. But yeah, so Let It Rain, really good. Holding On's another good rocker. All Day and All Night, great anthemic rock song from Journey. Great chorus, really good. Don't Go is another really cool track, pretty rockin'. United We Stand, terrific. That's anthemic Journey. That's what we want. We want the big rock anthems, right? That they should be playing on stage. Killer chorus, right? Life Rolls On, that's pretty decent too. And then Beautiful As You Are, which is just over 7 minutes long, starts out really mellow, and you're thinking, oh, they're going to end it on a weird like ballad type thing, and then it just builds and builds. It gets big and powerful, good guitar riffs, right? Just potent, great vocals from Arnell, and really good chorus. Excellent song, great way to end it. So, some other points I want to make. I think Narada Michael Walden sounds ferocious on this album. His drum playing is really, really good. I really like Dean's playing a lot, so I can't really complain too much about Dean being back in the band again, because quite frankly, he's the drummer. If you're not going to have Steve Smith, and we know all the problems that have happened there, Dean has been such a good kind of soldier in this band for such a long time that I think I'm totally fine with that. But Narada sounds terrific on this album. There's lots of cool, because he's much more of a feel guy. And so there's lots of cool little percussive things going on, and he has a few moments to shine on here where he does these kind of little extended fills and things like that. He sounds great. So part of me is almost, I think, how cool would it have been for them to go out and tour and have the two of them guys playing drums? So I'm a little disappointed that didn't happen, right? Considering how good he sounds on here. The other thing is, and it's really weird, there are some songs where, like, Arnell's vocals are produced really weird. Like I mentioned on that Let It Rain song, and also I think it's on Don't Go. Yeah, another one. A couple of the hard rockers, he sounds like, I don't know, like they have all this kind of like echo or reverb on his vocals, and it's just like he seems a little buried in the mix, just on a couple tracks. But on other tracks, he sounds amazing, and he's right up there. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. You hear plenty of the bass on the album. And the guitars sound good. I think overall it's a really good sounding album. There's spots on a handful of songs where it's just like, the keyboards either are non-existent or the keyboards just sound flat and lifeless. And like I said, there's a couple tracks where Arnell's vocals are kind of like underproduced or just buried. But on other songs, he sounds amazing, and he's right where he should be. So I don't know. I think, to me, there's a lot of material on here. I think they got 3/4 of it totally right as far as production goes. The other couple tracks are kind of like, all right, I still like the songs. They don't sound great, but the rest of it just sounds good. And I've listened to this a whole bunch of times already. I've only had it since last Friday. I listened to it all weekend long. I listened to it a bunch of times this morning, and I'm like, I think overall it's a good sounding album, save for those couple tracks, right? But if you like Journey, okay, this is not going to be a surprise. It's lots of fun. You got your ballads, you got your big arena rock tracks, you got your hard rockers, couple bluesy numbers, a little bit of everything. I personally like the few real crunchy hard rockers on here. I think they're terrific. Like I said, Let It Rain, Holding On, All Day and All Night, Don't Go, United We Stand. Really good songs. The Epic, Beautiful As You Are. Really good. I love Together We Run. I love a couple of the more commercial tracks. Don't Give Up On Us is really good. You Got the Best of Me is really good. The couple ballady things, it's typical ballady Journey. To me, I can kind of give or take some of those, but they're good. They're good. So, Freedom by Journey. I dig it. If I have to give it a rating, I think overall, again, I've only had it a couple days. Overall, I think I was more impressed with Eclipse when it first came out, but I know a lot of people didn't like Eclipse because it wasn't really commercial at all. Eclipse was kind of darker and heavier and more hard rocking through and through, whereas this, I think, has more variety than Eclipse. I think this has more commercial appeal, will have more commercial appeal to people. So Eclipse grabbed me a little bit more right off the bat, but I still think this is really good. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars right now, okay? That may go up a tad, I think. But, if you're a fan, you got to hear it. Again, I've said it a million times. If you're someone who was a Journey fan way back in the day and have this thing about, well, Steve Perry's not in the band anymore, so there's no more Journey. It's like, well, there was a Journey before Steve Perry, and there's been a Journey after Steve Perry. So I love Steve Perry, don't get me wrong. Those albums with him are classic and legendary, but they've continued to make good music without him, and they made good music before without him. So to me, Journey right now is Neil, Jonathan, and Arnell, all right, and whoever else they bring on board. And I'm a Sean fan, and he rips on this album, as you would expect. So, I don't know. I dig it. What can I tell you? Freedom by Journey. Let us know what you think if you've heard it. If you haven't, go out and check it out. Let us know what you think of it. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together all the damn time. More stuff coming up for you today. We got new Birth. We've got new Cyrec. Try and get to a couple more, but I'm not sure how that's going to go. But we're going to do the best we can. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page and our merch page, so go investigate those as well, and we'll see you here with more stuff. New product review day today on Wednesday. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.